Jake with Functional Sports Therapy and Fitness, and I'm going to show you today some of my favorite foam rolling exercises for the lower body and a little bit in the upper body for the spine. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to be here. I like to start off with the hips. Of course, I want you to do both legs. For today, I'm just going to show you my right leg. So I'm going to roll on the glutes. These glute muscles are really important to get, okay? We're going to come here. We're going to roll all the way to the top of that hip, which is what most people think is into the low back, but it's actually right at the top of the pelvis, right there, okay? That's where those muscles attach. And I'm going to go all the way down to my sits bones, right there, okay? So, I'm in this position. I'm just going to roll some long strokes, just like so. I'm at an angle here. If I find a tight spot, I'll do some small strokes over that tight spot, and then I'll smooth it out, coming like this. To get into some of the deeper muscles, I'm going to cross this leg over, and I'm going to roll it out just like so, okay? I'm rolling out the side, and I'm just trying to get into the piriformis, one of the deep lateral rotators. It's called piriformis. The sciatic nerve runs right either through the belly of that muscle or just beside it. So if anyone is really struggling with sciatica, sometimes, and in most cases actually, the sciatic nerve, the piriformis is actually affecting the sciatic nerve to some degree. So really important to get this, all right? So I've rolled that. I'm going to straighten the leg and quickly transition by crossing this leg over into the IT band. All right? Just like so, rolling out the IT band, I'm going to make long strokes from the hip to here all the way down to the knee, because that's where it spans, okay? So I'm going to be here. These long strokes are really important at first, and then if I find a tight area, I'll roll over that tight area just a little bit, and then I'll straighten it out by going into long strokes again. All right, I'll also turn the leg so I can get in between the IT band and the quadriceps muscles, and I'll also rotate out so I can get in between the IT band and the hamstring muscles. It's important with IT band foam rolling to make sure that you're not spending too much time on the IT band. Most people say, oh man, my IT bands are killer. Don't spend too much time here, because really what's happening in the long run is that you're just mashing the IT band into the femur, okay? Spend some time here, but not too much, all right? Because anyways, what you'll end up doing is just basically making all the muscles upset and causing spasm and more pain. So, IT band, got that taken care of. I'm going to take a seat, and I'm going to do about 6 to 8 inch segments on my calf. All right, I'm going to cross this leg over. I'm going to pick my hips up off the ground. I'm going to roll out my calves. The calves feel pretty good today, but I'm going to turn the foot in so I can push the calf out of the way and get some muscles underneath it. And I'm going to turn the foot out and do the exact same thing, and then go back to the middle. All right. Once I've done that, I'm going to roll up and do another segment of the calf. Okay. You should be able to get, depending on your height, about 2 to 3 segments completed on the calf, all right? So I'll do that, turn it in, turn it out, and I might come up a little bit higher and hit this area as well. And this one's going to be a lot smaller. It might not be a 6 inch segment, but that's all right. Just a much smaller roll, but trying to get that, because it's equally as important, okay? So I did the calves. Now I'm going to do the adductor muscles, or the inner thigh muscles. These are really important, and most people don't do these enough. Okay, I'm going to bring the hip up just like so, and I'm going to roll from the knee all the way down, or all the way up to the hip rather, and I'm just going to do some long strokes at first, and then start to feel some areas where it's tight. For me, it's actually really tight up here, right kind of where the inner thigh muscles attach, right by the hamstrings, all right? These are really important, guys, because especially with runners, if you run a lot, these muscles are really overutilized and they're really tight, okay? So it can really be pulling on the knee in a really negative way. So if you have any knee issues, not only do I need you to roll the IT band, but I also think it would be important for you to check out the inner thigh muscles here, okay? Get both sides of the story to make sure that you're even with your amount of looseness here, okay? So, inner thigh muscles are done. I'm going to finish up by rolling the right quadricep. And I'm going to do as long a strokes as I can. I can travel here. I'm going to turn the leg out like this. And I'm going to bend the knee a little bit if I want to right there, just to kind of get a little motion in the quad. Oh, that feels great. I'm going to come out here and roll out like so. All right? So So those are my favorite lower body, okay? One I'm going to show you now is for the thoracic spine. This is great for posture and mobility. The thoracic spine is supposed to be really mobile, okay? That's that mid-back right there. Most of the times with our bad posture, sitting all day either at the desk or at the computer or running even, that just gets really restricted and really hunched over, okay? So we're going to create some extension. So what we're going to do is roll that portion. And I'm going to use my arms. All right, so I'm going to come here as the roller comes up my body. I'm going to lengthen my arms and take them back as far as I'm able to. Of course, if you have any shoulder issues, you don't want to go too far if it's hurting, but really try to get some extra extension by using the arms. You can even come here and do that. All right? That's a good modification. So, that's the thoracic spine. Those are some of my favorites. I highly recommend doing these on a daily basis from not only a treatment standpoint, but from a preventative standpoint. You can do these after you've warmed up a little bit and right before stretching, and you can certainly do these after you've worked out. It'll help restore mobility, flexibility, and decrease some pain in those tight muscles.